The views, ideas, and content of Well Seekers and their guests are their own opinions, and you should always seek additional professional help around any of the issues discussed here on Well Seekers.
Hello and welcome to Well Seekers, where we are helping you find simple and real-life ways to form a better relationship with yourself and others to live happy, healthy, and well. I'm Lucia, and on today's show, we're talking about something that is really close to my heart, and that is using art to help us heal in some sort of way. So there's a term called art therapy that people throw around and they say, oh, that's art therapy. And really, from a professional standpoint, there's a distinction between classic art therapy and some of the techniques that we all use to cope with traumas in our life or stress in our life or just daily life, like music and coloring and different forms of art. So we're going to chat about that a little, and then we're going to have a very special guest on our show. Her name is Mary Joyner, and Mary has been one of my friends for, I'm going to have to ask her when we talk to her, but I think it's been about 9 or 10 years now, and we met in music. So if you guys don't know, I used to be a musician. I started out when I was 19 doing music. I've had a couple of albums released. My catalog is with a small label now, so you could maybe hear some of my songs in Lifetime movies and different things like that. So I met Mary in LA, actually, when we were both at a music event, and we just connected. And Mary's an incredible musician. She's actually launching a wellness line and a wellness brand in honor of her mom. And her mom was one of the best, in my opinion, actually the best athlete that our country and nation has ever had. Her mom was Flo-Jo, and her dad, of course, Al Joyner, and her mom, her aunt, Jackie Joyner, all incredible athletes. And Mary, equally as incredible, with such a powerful story about how music played an important role in her life and in her healing and in her journey. So Mary's going to come on and talk about music and her life and her new wellness brand and share that all with us. You guys, you don't want to miss it. She's one of the most inspirational and powerful women that I know, and also a brand new mom. So congratulations to her on that. But just a little bit of background on art. For my own life, I have to say, having experienced, just even if you haven't experienced anything significant in life, life is tough, right? We have a lot of stress. We have a lot of challenges. If you're a mom, you have other people's lives that you're dealing with and taking care of on a regular basis. If you're not a mom, just your own life, work and relationships, that's enough to stress you out. So we all need really healthy coping skills to make us happy and healthy. And using art is one of the greatest ways to have some healthy coping skills. So for myself, I used music originally to help express emotions in my life that I didn't really know how to process. So I would write songs about different things going on in my life. And sometimes those can be considered artistic and people make careers out of it. And sometimes it's a form of therapy and sometimes it's both. So more specifically, if we're talking about art therapy, that is a technique that was started in the 1940s. And it was used in conjunction with something called talk therapy, which is more traditional therapy that you guys probably know of, when you go and sit on a couch like this and you talk to a therapist and they say, tell me your problems, and you guys exchange conversation. So some therapists use art as a way to get you to express your emotions, just a free flow. So maybe it's writing a song, maybe it's drawing on paper, maybe it's bringing in a painting. So that, in a more traditional setting, is considered art therapy. Now, something we talk about here on Well Seekers is creating healthy coping skills. So maybe before you have something going on in your life, or you're dealing with something in your life and you're not talking to a therapist, you could use art to help you cope with some of those things. So for example, if you go to wellseekers.com, or maybe you're on wellseekers.com right now, we have a tools section and we have some sheets on there that are coloring sheets, and you draw on those sheets. There's my Boston accent, by the way, for people that say they don't believe that I'm from Boston. You draw on those sheets, and it helps with stress reduction, can help with depression, anxiety. Studies have shown that. In fact, many studies done on that, and one that we'll talk about at a university where students who actually did some drawing during the day. I have to just key in to Jason and Joe, who are listening right now, my producers. They don't know I'm going to do this, but can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Can you just say draw? Can you hear my Boston accent? Drawing.
Me? Do you want me to say draw?
Joe, can you say draw so I feel better?
Mine's perfect.
Can you say draw?
Draw.
Jason, can you say draw?
Draw.
Oh, Jason says it right. Draw.
No, really. Can I repeat it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Draw.
Draw. Oh, that's beautiful. Can you guys hear my accent when I say that? Draw.
I can't.
You can't?
You're safe with me.
Oh, okay, good. Jason, can you hear it?
Yes.
A little bit, yeah. Okay. So thanks, guys, for just validating that.
Hello, everyone.
I'm from Boston. We're going to check back with them later on in the show, too. So just to run over some of the things that draw, not just drawing, but maybe you like to play music. So say you're having a really bad day. You don't need to be good at it. That's the best thing about art, is that you don't need to be quote unquote good. It's not like you need to package the song and sell it to people. It's not like you need to be the next Picasso if you're painting, or if you're writing, you don't need to, write the next Harry Potter. You can just do it for fun, for free. It's simple, it's easy, which is what we're all about. And you don't even need to share it with anyone. So pick up a song, pick up a guitar, learn how to play. That in itself is a great, healthy coping skill. Write a song. You don't even need a guitar. Just in your head, hum something, write it down, whatever you're feeling, like I'm stressed out. And you can just let your emotions out through music. Other forms, what else have I said? Painting. You can draw, like we've said many, many times. Jason and Joe, have you guys ever used art therapy? I think Joe said no.
I never used it, but you made me.
I know. Oh, yeah. We're going to check back with you at the end. Jason said that you have used art therapy, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you like it or did not like it?
Nah, it was okay.
Okay. But you see now, you were younger. So now would you use art therapy?
I mean, I love music and writing. So for me, listening to you describe ways that people can use art for a better life, I use music and writing to improve my wellness.
Yes. So there you go. Thanks, guys. Some of the other things, just to run through the list in case you doubt it, research has shown it helps alleviate depression, anxiety, stress through your day, which, you guys, one of the reasons that I started Well Seekers and that we do Well Seekers is because 60 to 90% of our country has chronic stress. That means 9 out of 10 of the people, well, you're probably, everyone listening probably has some sort of chronic stress that is affecting your health, whether it's mental health, emotional health, or physical health, it's affecting your health. So this is a great way for stress reduction too. Also, it can improve your problem solving, so it can make you smarter. It builds self-esteem, and it's really a positive distraction. I mean, life is all about enjoying the journey, so it adds some fun to your journey. And you don't have to be good. I just want to keep saying that. And like I said, art has definitely, I believe art can change the world. It changed my life and the way that I viewed the world, but just think of all the times you see someone else's art or hear a song and how it influences your life and our culture. So art is a powerful thing when we consume it, and it's an equally powerful thing when you create it. So you don't need to show anyone, but I want you to, here's a little challenge. Pick something. Maybe you like writing, maybe you like singing, maybe you like drawing. I think I said that right. Pick one of those things and just test it out when you're feeling stressed out and see how it makes you feel. So we're going to come back. Mary Joyner is going to join us when we come back, and she is going to be talking about her brand new wellness brand, how art and music has saved her life, and just a powerful, powerful story. So you don't want to miss it. We'll be right back with Mary Joyner on Well Seekers. Hey, it's Lucia, and I am beyond thrilled to tell you about our brand new segment, Ask Lucia. Some of you know me as a storyteller and journalist, but I'm also a licensed clinical therapist, which means that people ask me a lot of questions, like, why do I do this? Or why does my mom do that? Or how do I make my boyfriend or husband or significant other stop doing this? You've got a lot of questions. I've got your answers. So email us at hello@wellseekers.com or find us online, all our socials at WellSeekers, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. No question is off limits. We will answer them all. So connect with us right now here at WellSeekers. Welcome back on Well Seekers with our guest, Mary Joyner. Mary Joyner, if you guys weren't listening before, a good friend of mine, an incredible person, a phenomenal musician and artist, I have to say so. Also a businesswoman with a company and brand called Flo-Jo Forever, which Mary's going to talk about, and happens to be the daughter of one of, if not the greatest athlete of all time, Mary Joyner, Flo-Jo's daughter. Your mom, would you say she was the greatest athlete of all time?
Yes, definitely. Just because she was not only an athlete, she was the greatest person. Her personality, her sportsmanship really showed on and off the field, and that I really admire, and I really try to, add the things that she taught me and the value as a person and as a human being, just to be the best person that you can be. It doesn't matter who you are or where you came from. And I'm so glad that, I can call her my mother, and it is an honor to be her daughter and to continue, hopefully, what she started on this earth and what she wanted to finish.
Mary, I just got goosebumps and I want to cry because that was so beautiful. And I have to say, when we started talking, I didn't know much about you, and you just obviously were an incredible spirit and just had an incredible joy and were so kind. And it's one of the first things I noticed about you.
Oh, thank you.
So you radiate that. And the other thing that I noticed, because I was sharing before that I used to be a professional musician, and you can hear some of my songs in Lifetime movies or on the Hallmark Channel. Those are like my claims to fame for my music career. But you are a very talented musician, and your music is something that we definitely want to talk about. Just so you guys know, Mary has a single. It's coming out November 30th. Tell us about it.
Oh my gosh. So it's been since 2011, actually, around the time that we met.
I was trying to figure out, is that when we met or was it 2010?
I believe so, yes. It was like 2010, 2011 ASCAP Expo.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, was it? I think it's been like 8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yes. So this single is not only special to me because of it just, me being able to release my own song and finally be able to release my own music. But for my birthday, I decided I wanted to give myself a birthday gift of really focusing on a song that means so much to me because there's just a feel to it. And it's taking you back to the time where you just enjoy music, enjoy relaxing, enjoy just having a good time, whether with, that special someone or a friend. I think it's times right now that we're so caught up in social media and that we don't really talk to each other as much. So sometimes, you want to just talk to a person and just ask how their day is. Let me help you relax. Let me fix you up something to eat. And so that's what the feel is of the song. It's produced by DJ West, and it's called Talk to Me. I had the production by Stone Paxton, who has been such a great mentor. We knocked out finished everything in one day, and that's what I wanted to do for my birthday. So I really wanted to dedicate my time, my personal time, to get something out there that people can just enjoy. I think real music and real feelings need to come back. And so I hope that's what that song gives. It's called Talk to Me, and I wrote it, and I love the arrangement. Stone has such a great ear. He's a very talented person. He's been in the music game for a while, and so he's worked with such incredible artists.
Yeah, who has he worked with? I do know him, but who has he worked with?
He has worked with the Rick James Band, Tina Marie, from Prince to Pink to Britney Spears. And so when he said that I work like a professional on that level, that was a more motivating compliment for me. And so I really, really want to focus on getting my music back out there and really so people can hear my voice. My YouTube channel, Mary Joyner World and Mary Joyner Music, kind of merged, where I was just doing cover songs. So I'm really excited. It's going to be my first single since 2011, and it will be out November 30th. Pre-ordering will start November 19th. So if you guys want to buy the song, pre-order starts November 19th, or on November 30th, you can stream it on all platforms, and we're releasing it all over the world.
Well, first of all, congratulations. And
thank you.
We're going to play a clip for everyone as well. At the end of this interview, we'll definitely play a clip. And I'm going to be your first purchase and pre-order because I have heard a little bit of it, and it's unreal. Because I just saw you sent me this clip. So,
thank you.
No, you guys, I don't say this lightly. Mary is so talented as a musician. And one of the things that we talked about before you came on, Mary, was how I use music to get through a lot of difficult circumstances in my life. For everyone listening, I know that we connected. My brother died when I was 19. He actually disappeared and presumed dead and never has been found, and was a really tragic and horrific event and news story and all of that stuff that comes with it. And music saved me. Writing songs about him and just processing my emotions through music, even though I thought of it as a profession, it also was really therapeutic. Do you think you use music or have used music in that way as well through your journey as an artist, or what does music mean to you in that realm?
Oh, I can put it in these words. And, I think that's why me and you connected, is because we've experienced loss. We've experienced, that sadness, but in order to cope with it, music actually gave us that remedy. So when we linked up and we kind of, got to know each other, you actually inspired me to get on my songwriting, because I was usually so shy. I started off with poetry. So with poetry, I would write a poem, and then I would release my, sadness and thoughts, and that was my therapy of writing poetry. And then from poetry, I would turn that poem into a song, and I would go from there. And then as I would be reading the lyrics, I would have these melodies in my head, and I would start humming, and humming actually calms me. And I always have these melodies and songs in my head where it's actually my feelings dancing around inside me and trying to get out. So the best way I could put what music did for me, my body and mind has been a cage, and music is the key to set me free. And that's the only way that I can explain it, because we get so caught up in, I don't know if I should, say this or say it like that. But music, you really paint a picture of your emotions and how you feel. That's what real artists do, and that's what real connection to music, that's what it does. It just sets you free in a way where you can connect to something that expresses the way that you feel. It heals the pain. It gets it out. We, as artists, as songwriters, we have to go to a vulnerable place. And people need to respect songwriters more, because it's not easy talking about or singing about your feelings. Even though you're not talking about it, you're still singing about what you're going through or how you feel. It's helping somebody out there going through the same thing. Oh my gosh, it's all worth it.
It's all worth it. And you just touched upon so many great things, Mary. I think one of the things that stood out was, for me as an artist, I know that I couldn't talk about certain things, but music was safe. It felt safe to sing about it, felt safe to use words through song as opposed to just saying like, this is how I'm feeling. And there was almost that protective barrier of music. And you've inspired me too. I've said that to you before. You don't quit on so many levels. And also, I'm just going to throw this out there since I already mentioned it to you. My dream is to be in a girl group with you.
I love my girl group.
And you're a mom to a 2-year-old, right?
Yes, I have a 2-year-old son. His name is Tristan, and he is the light of my world. And honestly, he's been my motivation as well, because there are certain times where, oh my gosh, life just like, life happens, and I just look in his little eyes, and he looks up at me, and he's my Energizer bunny. He keeps me going, and he's just a missing piece to everything that, I had lost. And so he gave me a lot of pieces back to me, because, I will share with the world eventually, how broken I was at one time. I may have had the right people in my corner, but sometimes you can have the right people like family, but, they don't really know your best interests, and they don't really know the right words to say to keep you going. And you got to really take hold of your life, because the next hour, the next minute, and the next day is never promised. So really love your loved ones, really cherish your life. You got to live this life for you and take care of yourself first, because if you try to take care of too many people or anybody else, you get lost in the way. And, when you have a kind heart, it's sometimes the hardest thing to deal with. I know you can relate. Sometimes the kindest souls, they go through the most. And because everybody goes to them and everybody expects them to be okay. And so that's also what being a mom, it just, oh my gosh, it just upgraded so much strength. But the hardest part was I'm being a mom without my mom. So that is what I had to adjust to. And so now that I've leveled it back with music, being a mom, being a coach, being a businesswoman, it's all really balancing out now. And I think time heals everything, and there's a time for, you can't rush anything. And I think for so long I tried to rush things, and when things wouldn't go through, I'd get sad, or I'd be so hard on myself. I don't know if you're like this with your writing or music, but you get so critical about things, and you want to be a perfectionist. Okay, I want to sound like this, or I want them to get the message, but sometimes you just got to let it out. Forget the overthinking. Well, they're not singing this right now. This genre is not there right now. But you know what? You got to stay in your own lane, your own ways of life, ways of thinking, because we are all our own person. We are unique. There's so much talent out there. And I think in this generation, we compare ourselves a lot, but we don't need to compare ourselves. I think we just need to appreciate everyone more. Like, appreciate the way that person does it. That's their way. But, don't tear them down if you don't agree with it. So I've been also taking time off by, being aware of how everybody connects with each other, disconnects with each other. We just need to love each other more. We need to support each other more,
You're amazing. And that is actually my philosophy. And I think my mission is to spread love to other people. I feel like that is one of the gifts that has been given to me. Love is simple, it's easy, it's free. So give it as much as you can. And you just talked about so much good stuff. Mary, we need you to come back and do like a whole nother show.
Anytime.
Oh, you're the best. Because you just said so much powerful stuff. And one of the things that I just keyed in on was things don't happen on our time sometimes, but they happen in the way that they're supposed to. And it's the most frustrating but true statement. Even the way we met, I've told you this before, but I was sitting at that music conference talking to my brother and was like, I just need a sign or someone. I was just feeling so down and defeated, and you sat next to me. And
wow.
I don't think that's a coincidence. I think that happens on purpose, and that's just how life works. Whoever's supposed to be in your path is going to be in your path. So lots of powerful stuff that I want to talk to you about, Mary. But in the meantime, I just want to remind everyone, November 30th, Mary single drops. You can pre-order November 19th. We're going to have a link on here. I'll put a link if you send me one so that people can just do it directly off of this.
Okay, great. Yes.
Yes.
The 19th pre-orders, and 30th, it will be out.
And do you have more? And that's your single. Do you have a full album coming out, or do you have a 4-song?
Yes, I am in the works of releasing my EP in 2019. So it'll be somewhere early in 2019. And people can follow my Instagram, Twitter at Mary Joyner World. And I will keep updating for my fans and, my new, hopefully, fans.
Yes. Well, there's thousands of people that listen to this, so hopefully you'll get thousands of new fans. So, Mary, before we let you go, I want to also talk about the fact that you're a businesswoman and you have a brand, Flo-Jo Forever, in honor of your mom. Could you just tell us about that brand and what it incorporates and why you started it?
Oh, definitely. So, Flo-Jo Forever is many things in one because my mother, people know her as Florence Griffith Joyner, the fastest woman in the world. Many people know, and some people don't know, who she was as either a runner or as a person. But her history is so amazing. 30 years this year, 2018, 30 years it's been since she's held the 100-meter world record, 10:49. And the 200-meter world record, 21:34.
No.
And that is an accomplishment that I want to honor her. She did so much on this earth, and she was not done. And so Flo-Jo Forever will be continuing everything that she wanted to continue. She was coming up with the Flo-Jo nail line. She was known for her long nails. So Flo-Jo Forever will have their own nail line, clothing line, daily posts of, sometimes it'll be family pictures. Sometimes it'll be publicity pictures that, she was in the spotlight a lot. And many people don't know she was also acting. She had her own movie in Japan.
She did?
And she did a lot of, yes.
Oh.
I don't know where you can find a copy of it, but I hopefully will eventually find that out.
Yeah, send us a link if you do. I didn't know that.
Oh, yes.
That's incredible.
I actually will have to get a hold of that. She had her own workout video, and actually I'm using that video to keep me in shape myself.
Are you?
Yes,
I
the
wanna see
Flo-Jo
that.
workout. Because you know what? The Flo-Jo workout, it's not just step by step, do some moves and try to lose weight. She really, really introduces you. She has everybody get a mirror and she says, look at this mirror and tell yourself that you love yourself. And she really focused on the mind, body, and spirit because people just want the quick way to just lose weight and stuff, but it's also how you think about things. It's not just physical. It's also mentality. You have to have good attitude about things. And so I've been working on that myself. And so it's like her messages are still here. And then I don't know if anybody, really knows. I'm a fan of Beyonce, and Beyonce went as my mom for Halloween, and that kind of took a spark. And I was just like, wow, that is amazing.
It's
because
amazing.
people started, learning about my mom more, and that was just a dream come true. Like someone I look up to went as my mom, who I grew up and looked up to, and the world looks up to. She inspired so many young girls and so many women. And for the fact that Beyonce paid homage to my mother, that was more than anything I can imagine. And it was so motivating and inspiring for people to just share their thoughts and love. So many people have reached out to me. I loved your mom. And it was just all good and positivity. And so I want to keep that going with Flo-Jo Forever, to keep inspiring young girls, young athletes, young entrepreneurs, young business women. We need to keep the thing going for inspiring women, uplifting each other, because women, we run the world, and we're so powerful, and we're so, we bring so much beauty and so much intelligence and so much uniqueness in the world, and that we need to love each other. Also in this society that we compare each other or try to tear each other down to get past another. And no, we need to all make it. And so I hope that Flo-Jo Forever, and that's what my mom, she never said, I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be better than me. So as long as you be the best person that you can be and uplift everybody and really, really encourage, we'll make it in this world.
You should have your own podcast.
This world can be a good
Honestly, I'm like, do you want to take over? Because everything you just said, I pretty much don't need to be here. Like,
Stop.
No,
No,
it's so true. I had no idea your mom did that with the workout video, because I'm not just a believer. I just know from my own experience, but just from a professional experience too, mind and body and spirit, they have to work together. And I had no idea your mom did that in a workout video. Now I want the workout video, because that's so important.
And she goes over, eating portions. You don't have to cut everything out or do a fancy diet. You just got to eat in moderation. She goes over nutrition. So she goes over many things that we can still use today. I hope I can eventually get, because it's only available on VHS, I want to eventually get it to DVD and re-release it. So that's one of my goals for Flo-Jo Forever. And I'm really excited of, doing it all, especially in honoring of my mother. She was an angel on earth, and she really took the time out to sign every autograph, to really speak to kids, to speak to her fellow colleagues, her fellow teammates, and really, even her competitors, she helped them off the ground. Like her family, she helped support her family. She did so much on this earth that I will not let her down, and her legacy will continue, because I am her legacy. She loved being a mother more than anything, and I just want her to be remembered as a good person, because there's a lot of negativity out there, There's a lot of stuff that, there's a lot of bad people that say bad things about my mom, and I just ignore it. And, it's unfortunate, but at the same time, she has more positivity from people to say about her than any of those negative comments. And that's another thing that we have to balance out, is because with positivity, there will come negativity. But if you focus on the positivity more, you'll be fine.
Yeah, and I was going to say that if you're not getting haters, then you're probably not that out there, because that's everyone that puts themselves out there is going to get negative feedback, and it's just shutting those voices down. What your mom did is clearly incredibly positive, and Flo-Jo Forever, just carrying that mission forward. I love what you're doing, Mary. And you said something I can just tell you from an outside perspective, and I know I said this before, but I'm going to tell you again. You just radiate a light and a spirit and a kindness. So if that's what you're hoping that your mom passed on, from an outside perspective, she absolutely passed it on to you. And you just run with that, because you are just the kindest, sweetest person, and exceptionally talented.
Thank you.
I saw Mary sing the national. Oh, it's true. And I just see you shine, and I see you just taking all of your talent and putting it out there. And it's, now the world gets to see it all. And I love that they're going to hear your single and learn more about your mom through Flo-Jo Forever. You're doing an incredible job. You really, truly are.
Thank you. Thank you. Honestly, that means a lot to me. And I would love to, anytime you need me on here, I love what you're doing, and keep spreading the positivity, because you are an amazing woman, and you have always been such a great supporter, great friend. I mean, you guys, she came out for me singing just the national anthem and came to support.
I love that.
I will never forget that, because I was so nervous. And when you texted me that you were here, and I was just like, I gotta find you. I went up in the crowd, and I remember we were trying to find each other.
Yeah, we were at a Red Sox game.
I just wanted to thank you, and I never forgot each time you supported me. Like, honestly, thank you.
That was so fun.
I'm so blessed that we are in each other's paths and life, and may we continue to keep uplifting and doing our part here in the world.
Yes, and may we form a girl group.
Yes.
Yes. Kidding. We're going to start with a duet. Mary and I are working on a duet.
Yes. We got to talk about our duet. Yes. A duet is in the works, and I think the world needs it, especially women right now. So I'm excited.
I was going to say that the inspiring women and young girls, something that you mentioned, Flo-Jo Forever, you wanted to do, that is a mission of mine always, and I know it's a mission of yours, because I believe that women and girls just get such negative messages, and we focus on the wrong things. We focus on a culture of being thin and being beautiful and not being kind and being smart and being strong. And that's what you do. It sounds like that's what your mom did. That's what I want to do. And just pushing that message out there is just, it's so important in today's world.
Yep, and it really is, and I'm not saying that, you know, like I'm perfect or I've always made the right choices or said the right things, but from what I learned is my ways of going about certain things is that it's positive messages that really, you have to not only talk about it, you have to practice it, you have to preach it, you have to keep going no matter what, you know, always find your light. If you can't find your light, find it in yourself and something that you love, and just bring each other to positivity and good mindset, because if you speak it in existence, it will happen for you. And so I'm still a student of life, and I think that's you know, we're never done, you know, and we go through our ups and downs, but as long as we keep going, we're here, and we be thankful that we get another day, another moment, we'll be all right.
Oh, Mary, that's beautiful. We're going to leave it there because that was perfect. Give everyone your Instagram, all your sites, and Flo-Jo Forever sites so everyone can find you, and then we'll also tag them in this.
Okay, well, our sites will be launched in 2019, but you can follow Flo-Jo Forever USA on Twitter at Flo-Jo Forever USA, on Instagram, Flo-Jo Forever, and on my pages, I have a Facebook page, Facebook/Mary Joyner, and then on Instagram at Mary Joyner World, and Twitter at Mary Joyner World. You guys, thank you so much for listening, and remember to try and catch my single on November 30th. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
We're going to play
for having me also. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being with us. And we're going to play a clip of Mary's song. Mary, one last question before we let you go. We have an empowering question of the day. And today's question that we picked out of this pile for you was, what do you think your greatest gift to the world is?
I think my greatest gift in the world is my voice.
I'm stealing that answer. I'm stealing Mary's answer. I agree with you. I think yours is.
Because it took me a while to get to finding my own and my own voice. I wanted to connect to people and uplift people and touch people in ways where they'll feel healed.
Oh my gosh, we have the same mission. That's beautiful. Mary Joyner, her single drops November 30th. We will put a link below, so make sure you pre-order it. Thank you so much for being on our show.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll be right back on Well Seekers. Hi guys. You should know the one thing today that you could do to help reduce stress, anxiety, and a lot of tension in your life. And it's simple, easy, and can be for free. Coloring. So adult coloring is something that has really taken off over the last few years, and basically because it helps with meditation and mindfulness. There was a study done by Lake Superior State University that showed a significant reduction in anxiety and depression in college students that colored just once a day for a limited and really short amount of time. So here's a suggestion. You can get a book like this or check out our tools section online, and for just a couple dollars, you can color and have predetermined patterns, which helps with stress and reduction. Or you can even just grab a piece of paper and make a couple of designs yourself, and then grab some colored pencils or crayons or markers, whatever you want, and fill in those designs. But it's the actual process of following the pattern that helps reduce stress, anxiety, and depression. And we're back on Well Seekers. Thanks again to Mary Joyner for joining us. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as we enjoyed it. And just in case you missed it, the empowering question, let me just grab it, that we asked Mary, what is your gift to the world? What do you think your gift to the world is? Make sure you either post that on our Facebook page or our Instagram, or send us a message at hello@wellseekers, because we want to know what your gift to the world is. So before we go, I just want to tell you guys about a couple of actual tools that you can use, that I've used to help de-stress and when I've been going through a hard time. I have to say, when I went through the loss of my dad, my mom was sick, and a divorce. Literally all that happened within like a couple of weeks of each other. And so I had to pretty much just learn how to deal with life in a really healthy way, or it could have gotten very bad. So one of the things that I did do was art therapy, or it's really not, people will say art therapy, but using art as a healthy way. And I've incorporated a lot of art into my life just because I am an artist, but also because it does work. So if you go to wellseekers.com, or if you're on wellseekers.com and you click the tools button, we actually have these on there, but you can also, in the spirit of simple, easy, and free, you can also really create your own. These are cards that are just little patterns, and I have ones that also have positive slogans on them. So like, think happy, or you're strong, and just little reminders of how incredible you are. So you can go on there and just pick it up, and you can color. If you have kids, I was telling Joe earlier, color with your kids. I know that I have nephews, 5 of them actually, and they're all the most perfect human beings in the world, just so you guys know. But I would color with them. When they colored, I would use these and I would color. So you can incorporate them into your life, or if you're single, instead of sometimes my go-to was using food. Instead of using food, I use this. And then the other thing is, obviously I'm a musician, so I would pick up my guitar and I would sing. But because to me that was more of a professional thing, I didn't always do it to de-stress. Sometimes it would cause me more stress. So there's 2 apps that I love to use. One is Color Therapy. There's lots of different ones, but if you don't have this, these are actually free apps, guys. So simple, easy, free, that's what we're all about. You can just click on the app, and you literally pick exactly what you want and can color here on your phone. So if you're feeling stressed out, that's something to do. That is a text from someone that we'll talk about later. And then this is something called Music Therapy. So this app I really love. You pick what's going on in your life: stress, relaxation, insomnia, high blood pressure, low blood pressure, diabetes, increased concentration, whatever you guys are feeling. Knee pain. Oh, Joe was saying she had knee pain. I actually had 4 knee surgeries. And then you click on it, and it gives you music that will actually help you neurologically feel better in that area. So if you have knee pain, this will help with your knee pain. It sends messages to your brain. It's scientifically backed. So check that out. Can we bring up Joe on? Hi, Joe.
Oh, hi. Sorry, but actually I was coloring.
Were you coloring?
I was.
Because I can't see you, but I can only hear you. So I sent Joe on a little mission. Basically, she had never done art, any sort of art for stress reduction, because really it's not art therapy.
Well,
it's art for stress reduction. Right, Joe?
Does it dance and ballet count as a form of art?
For stress reduction, it does. But
because I wasn't feeling very stress relieved.
I was going to say, I think that goes back to why I don't I listen to music for stress reduction, but I don't play music for stress reduction, because music was a career for me.
Yeah,
so
as it was for me,
right.
Dance and ballet. So yeah,
dance
don't go there.
Dance is a great stress reduction, but not if you're a professional ballerina, and you probably were under the same pressures as a musician that I was under. And we're going to do a whole show, by the way, you guys, on ballet and art and different things like that. So
we could.
But Joe's never used art for stress reduction. So I gave her one of these beautiful little things to color. And I wanted her to honestly, she's been coloring for about, let me look at the time, maybe 30 minutes. I wanted her to give us an honest appraisal of, did it help you with stress reduction? Tell us about your experience using it.
No, actually, before I was doing it, I first chose this image. So it's very positive. Hooray for today. Because I want to start like this every morning, I wish. And actually, I started picking just the fact to sit down, having a purpose, picking up the colors, choosing the colors, and started coloring. I could space out. Yeah.
And that's
so
the
during
point.
the meeting, I'm telling you, I didn't hear anything you said.
Okay. That's the point of it, though, is that it was coloring specifically is supposed to be really meditative and help you with mindfulness so that you can get into your zone and be zen. Jason, did you want to try it?
Meh.
No. Jason is in a bad mood. All right. Next show, Jason.
I'm not in a bad mood. I'm just in the zone. That's all.
Jason does not want to try it. All right. I respect.
Well, I'll make you.
I respect your choice. Joe's gonna make him. We'll
No,
see.
actually, I'm gonna do it more often because seriously, now I'm very serious.
Oh.
I really liked it. And I want to keep doing it. Seriously.
I love that. I have to say that my stress reduction of choice is really writing. I love to just free flow write. Not music, just write.
And
But
also,
that's great
I
that you
thought I
found
would
that.
scribble on it because I'm not a very patience
Yeah.
person. I don't have so much patience. So I thought, yeah, we'll see how long do I last just coloring instead of lines and just making these little patterns.
Yeah.
Instead, I undervalue myself sometimes.
No, I love it. Well, see you guys. Thanks, Joe, so much. And Jason,
Thank you,
too.
Lucia.
That's how it works. And that was, obviously, we didn't plan this because Jason would have had a much better response. If we didn't plan it, he would have been way happier about it. But it really does work, and I hope you guys try it. And like I said, if you don't have the money to buy anything, writing is free, singing is free, and coloring is free. So from all of us here at Well Seekers, and before we go, I just want to invite you guys to subscribe to the podcast if you haven't subscribed. We have an RSS feed. We have a newsletter that goes out, so make sure you sign up for that as well on our website. And also follow us at Well Seekers on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. You can also follow me at Lucia Naz, Nazz. And we are just so excited to have you with us on our journey as we bring wellness home with heart. Simple and easy ways to help you live life well. And one more thing before we go, if you guys have any questions, we really want to encourage you to ask them. So shoot us an email at hello@wellseekers.com with any questions you have, any show ideas, any topics you want to talk about. We are here for you. We hope you guys have an incredible Thanksgiving if you're listening before Thanksgiving, and hope you had a great Thanksgiving if you're listening after. And we'll talk to you really soon here on Well Seekers.
The views, ideas, and content of Well Seekers and their guests are their own opinions, and you should always seek additional professional help around any of the issues discussed here on Well Seekers.